Please Don't Leave Me. Let's talk
Okay.
about that one. That's a song that we wrote. I think that was maybe the first song that we wrote for the record, right? First song we wrote for the record. And it took sort of a long turn of events to end up in the same spot. In other words, when we wrote it a certain way, and then we tried to change it because we thought we should make it better and change it. And then it changed again, and again, and again, and finally it's back to where it initially started from.
Which should be a lesson.
Which should be a lesson. You go with the first instinct.
Right.
So, and we started playing that, I think, last year, was it? Written from a simple point of view. In other words, when we started writing a song, it was all about, we just got this melody going, the words started going, but the tone, what's the right word? The tone or the treatment, the climate of the song was a real warm feeling. And even when it was played easily on a keyboard, this Radio Shack keyboard, $99 keyboard, it still felt great.
Yeah, it did.
And that's where we came back, snuck up on it again because it had such a great feel.
Yeah, the initial feel was right.
It's the kind of song that can work with a lot of elements or it can work with hardly any
pared
elements.
down.
And we like to do it at the encore position, the first song, because it gives us a chance to kind of, after coming from, Heartbreak or Hell is for Children, songs that bring out a lot of this, when we come for the encore, we can be able to focus, bring it back in, and it's got a really nice warm feeling to it.
Songs need to stand on their own, too. That's the whole thing about when you write. And a really good song should sound really good with just a guitar and a vocal. It should. Because melodically and lyrically, when you strip it down to nothing, that is the crux of the whole thing. Take all the bells and whistles away, and it's still a really powerful song. And that's what you need, and this particular song is like that. I mean, it's just a good song. It works in any form. Sometimes some of the old songs that we do, some of those old songs are maybe not as thought out or constructed as well, and they don't do well acoustically. But then there are other songs that do amazing acoustically, and you can always tell, when you do the treatment to the song, how strong it really is, as a song in itself. And for me, this is an interesting point of view that I don't usually sing from. This is about my whole attitude is, if you don't like it here, tough, So this is not about that. This song is about, I know you don't like it here. Can't we fix this, please? That's what it's about. It's about heartbreak and it's about longing and about want and about not wanting someone to leave, which is always a nice, refreshing change from usually kicking everybody out. So. But yeah, but it's that also makes it a lot more fun to sing. It gives you just a little bit more scope, it's nice.
Out of the Ruins.
Out of the Ruins is a different song for us, a departure. It's kind of a story song. It has like a vignette. It's a whole story, and takes place during the Holocaust. It's about a young couple and their experience, what happened to them, during that time. And it's very sad. It's an emotional song, but sweet, and it's short, and it's a waltz, which is different for us. So it's fun. I like doing it.
It's a good one.
It's a good song.
I like that one a lot. That was written fast, yeah?
That was really fast.
That was really fast.
We were in
Rumbo,
and he just started. He had this guitar. See, a lot of things come. It depends. It doesn't always start the same. Sometimes I have a lyric idea, and then we put music to the lyric. Most of the time, what happens is he has changes or guitar licks that he's just like playing and he has on tape, and then he's like, "Listen to this. Maybe you like this. Think, if you hear anything." And as soon as he plays it, I already hear the melody, and I instantly hear lyrics, and that's my favorite way to do it, because then I don't have to come up with the initial idea, which I truly hate, because it's like making a fish from scratch. I hate this. Let's invent a fish. And that's the part I hate. That's why collaboration is so great. And because our lives are so intermingled, and because it's so incestuous, our whole, we're married to each other, we're lovers, we're parents together, we're housemates, we're, everything, musicians together, it really brings a lot to the party. So you have a lot of diverse subject matter and, lots of ways to kind of grab those things that you need to write about.
Okay, the Girl song. Girl was a song that I wrote with Holly Knight, and Holly's written stuff for us and with us before in the past. And it actually started off without any lyrics. I had this chorus that was kind of driving pretty hard chorus, and we just started working with the melody a little bit, and we started getting the groove going, and then we just had the melody and the song going, but we didn't have any. We didn't know what to call it, what to do, what to sing, or anything. We just couldn't get the words. And then one day she just called me up. She says, "I got the idea. It's called Girl." It's, you know, and then I says, "You know what? A song title called Girl. I'm going to let you write that, because I think you have a good perspective on it. Write the lyric of Girl." So she wrote the lyric, and then when I showed the wife it, she loved it, which was surprising because it was a finished lyric, and she loved it just the way it was. So.
Well, Holly's great. Holly really, she's a very good writer. She comes up with things that are very, I don't know, I think she writes in current time, and she just has the knack for just, lyric writing is difficult because you have to take circumstances and stories and things and compress them into lines that are not only, that make sense, they need to at some point be rhyming and at some point be singable. So this is no small task. She just has a knack for that. And then when the two of them, they do great work together. They just kind of click. And then I'm really happy because I don't have to write it. I just have to sing it. So that's like a vacation for me. That's really fun. You know, someone else has already done it, and it's great. So and the lyric is great. It's a song about relationships and how not to do them. You know, and it's fun. It's fun to sing. It's got a lot of zip, and it's pretty aggressive, and that's really always fun.
We'll start one song maybe in the kitchen. Right? We'll start in the kitchen, a morning kitchen song. You know, we'll start with that, or it'll be.
I hate that too.
Or
by
it'll
the
be,
way.
say for instance, coming back from school after dropping off. I dropped off Hannah, and the song "Papa's Roses" went into my head. So I come home. When we get home, I got this idea. Start playing it. Start singing it. Wife picks up on it. We start that. Now we may not finish that idea, and then you know, later on the day or the next day we'll start another one. Then we sneak up on it. So it always changes. Sometimes we get it all at one shot like that, and I'll work on other things. And
Yeah, but you have to understand, like, we're on totally different schedules. He gets up at 5, and I get up at 6:30. And so by the time I get up at 6:30, he's already been up for an hour and a half. He's ready to rock. I'm ready to drink coffee. So he wants to do songs the first thing in the morning. I'm like, back up, you know, just, so we have conflict like that. I write at totally different times of the day than he does, and we don't always write together.
right.
And, but it works because then I bring in the pieces that I have, and he has the pieces that he has. We put them together, and somehow we suss it out, and it works. But it's really a totally different writing style. He's in there just hammering away, and I'm really just looking for 30 seconds of the day where my mind is free, that I can get something out of it. So.
Yeah, it works because you can go away from each other and work, and then you come and sneak back up, and then you kind of put it together and go, oh, that was kind of a good idea. You wouldn't normally get that if you were in the room together, but sometimes we do that too, you know.
Well, it
Sometimes we do
depends
that
too, because music is collaborative and it's solitary at the same time. I find that lyric writing is a solitary experience. I like to do that alone, unless we're actually rolling. If we're in there together and we have a verse and a chorus, then I can sit there while we're going and I'll be able to write the rest. But the initial idea, if he just gives me the spark, I need to then go away by myself into the cave. The really sad thing that makes me insane is that even if I don't want to hear what he's doing, all he has to do is say the line or play the note, and I'm so hooked. And that's the part that I hate the most, because even if I just want to ignore what he's doing, I can't.
That's right.
I hate that.
And I know that. I know that.
I
That's
know
what
you
I
know
do.
that.
I kind of, but that's how you kind of, that's how you get it going, though. See.